Post-game press conferences here involving the Ravens and the Dolphins tonight. They were the game on Thursday Night Football. If you enjoyed, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It was a Thursday Night Football victory for the Baltimore Ravens in the return of Lamar Jackson. It was a 28-6 win for the Ravens in a span of 4 days. They've gone from 1-5 on the year to 3-5 on the year, and a season that looked over, they are right back in the thick of. And getting their number one QB back was a major help. And tonight, the Ravens looked like the Ravens, and the Dolphins looked like the Dolphins, which is why it was a 22-point victory. Lamar Jackson, 18 of 23, 204 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, just efficient and lethal. Derrick Henry rushed for 119 yards. Ravens are dangerous, everybody. They got their guys back. Look out. In Miami, they just look so disinterested. The passion is gone. Tua was 25 of 40. He threw another interception. And they're just a bad football team is what they are. Miami, they're a horrific football team. They are 2-7 on the year. The game was over at halftime. Game was downright over at halftime. And everyone, I would not be surprised with this 10-day mini-bye if Miami fired Mike McDaniel. Everyone is throwing everybody under the bus in Miami. Tua throwing his teammates under the bus. McDaniel throwing Tua under the bus. It is not a sinking ship. It is sunk. It is sunk, and everyone's going to go. And the only hope for Miami is how high of a draft pick can you get and try to dig yourself out of this for next year and beyond. But the Ravens, 10 days from now, play the Minnesota Vikings on the road. A lot of winnable games for Baltimore, potentially. The Vikings, the Browns, the Jets, the Bengals. Look out. A lot of winnable games for the Ravens. They're not dead yet.